Alright, good morning guys. I'm going to talk about AMC this morning. On this chart, as you can see here, I don't know if you see it immediately as I do, but it's a beautiful, beautiful example of a cup and handle pattern. I mean, one of the prettiest cup and handles I've seen in quite some time. So as you can see here, and that means this better work out because, I mean, my God, if it's one of the better, chart pattern examples I've seen in a chart in a while for the cup and handle pattern, and it doesn't turn out to be a really good play, that would be super disappointing, don't you think, guys? But anyway, simply cup and handle. You got the cup, and you got the little handle right there. And so essentially what will happen afterwards is this handle is going to break out. There, oh my God. There we go. Break out up there. Sorry about that. And essentially you got the little cup and handle going. So very bullish pattern. Definitely one of the ones I'm looking at this morning. And if you take a look in the Discord group, we're talking about AMC, we're talking about NVIS, we're talking about FCell, PLTR, a bunch of other ones. I don't want to call out, other people's calls in the group. I don't know how they feel about it, but you can hop on in here. I mean, you can probably see them, to be honest. But I'm not going to call them out. You can feel free to read them. You can see who's posting them. If they're not my calls, I'm not going to call it out here on the video. But as you can see, got a lot of good stuff going on in the Discord group. So hop on in. Join us. Links in the bio, guys. Talking about some good stuff this morning. Let's make some money. Alright, guys. We're going to take a look at my technical setup that I've used that I find is very reliable. Remember, it is technical analysis. Nothing's 100% right all the time. I generally find it to be correct about 80% of the time, which even that is a stretch to say, and because you're not going to get 80% results all the time, especially just starting out, because a lot of other factors weigh in. You can have a great chart, but you just personally botch it. Like, you get greedy, you make a mistake, you leave your phone on without charging and it dies in your trade, you lose signal, or whatever happens. Anyway, the point being, you're probably not going to get that 80% success rate starting out, but you could, it is possible, But that's a whole different ball game. We're not focused on all that right now. We're just focused on simply the basics, getting started to dive into all those other factors and things. You got to learn the charts. You got to study the charts, and you got to watch the charts in action. And what I mean by that is literally just watching how MACD works and watching how all your different indicators work. If your MACD crosses from green to red, how does that affect the price movement? Things like that you'll just become second nature to you and that you will learn. Alright, so let's go into the technical setup here. You see I got simple moving averages, MACD, RSI, VWAP, TTM wave. I don't even like that one. So I'm going to focus on these guys, but we're going to take all of them off. I know I'm going a little fast right now because that's, important, not important. We're going to get to that in just a moment here. This is going to be a lot of information, so I'm trying to fit this into a short video span whilst, still being beneficial. You get all the information down. So let's go with simple moving average first. We're going to want to add 4 of those guys because 2 of them will be paired together. So you'll have 2 pairs working together of your simple moving averages, and I'll explain that in just a second. Alright, so your first one's going to be, you're going to go over to this length and you're going to set 5, and the next one you're going to go over to that length and you're going to set 20. And the reason you're doing this is because your 5-day is going to overlap with your 20-day SMA. So you're going to want this 5-day a light blue color, light for lower SMA, and that's going to be important in just a moment. And then you got your higher SMA, and that's going to be a dark blue. So I think now you are starting to catch on. If you don't get that, you should probably rethink this whole investment thing. So anyway, carry on. Alright, so we got our simple moving averages. Now we're going to go to one of my favorites, this MACD. We're just going to add it. We don't have to do anything to it. Bam, RSI. We're just going to add it. Don't even have to do anything to it. VWAP. gonna add it. Don't even have to do anything to it. It's freaking beautiful. MACD essentially is like a momentum indicator. It's going to show bars green and red. Green being high buying, red being high selling. So when it's green, it's going up generally. When it's red, it's going down. So when it's transitioning from green to red, selling or buying to selling, red to green, selling to buying. Pretty straightforward. You can do some reading on all these indicators in your spare time once you have it all set up and you're learning to use it. The knowing how to use it is important, but again, this is just getting the basics set up down for yourself. These are things you need to know. So now we're going to hit done, and we should have beautiful little lines here. Nope, something went wrong with that. Give me a just brief moment here. Technical difficulties. Okay, everything. Okay, there we go. Now it's looking good. We got RSI, that's the bottom here. That is going to be overbought and oversold. If it's oversold, it generally is going to bounce and recover, and the price is going to go back up. If it's overbought, it's generally going to get sold off and drop back down. So you got anything over 70 is going to be overbought. Anything below 30 is going to be oversold. So that is just a quick rundown of my technical setup.